Hello everyone, my name is Fletcher, also known as Stupid Student. Today we're going to go in depth about Google Stadia and if it is worth your hard-earned money. So to start off with guys, obviously as we know, Google Stadia did not have a very successful launch. Launching in very limited countries and along with that having a very limited library, it wasn't a great start for the platform. I think as time has gone on, Stadia has definitely rectified that. However, there are still features missing and it is lagging behind in the games, especially in the AAA variety. But as we've seen, Google have proven they can turn this around and 2021 is looking very positive for the platform. So the first thing I want to go into is the games on the platform. Obviously this has been a very big improvement for Google Stadia over the past year, and as we've seen from the beginning, they've had games like Tomb Raider, Red Dead Redemption 2. These were big games, but in no way were they competitive against the bigger platforms out there such as Xbox and PlayStation. However, as time's gone on, we've seen more indie games coming onto the platform, such as Stacks on Stacks on Stacks, and brilliant indie games such as Celeste. And along with that, we've also seen big AAA exclusives land on the platform, from Cyberpunk to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So as we've seen, they have been pumping the games in now and has well gone over 100 games on the platform now. So one area that Stadia has vastly improved on is their Pro lineup. So with this, at the beginning we were only getting a steady 2 games per month, and these were smaller indie titles. However, now we're seeing 5 or maybe even 6 games per month added to the subscription service. So not only are you getting 4K support and Dolby support as well, but you're also getting games such as F1 2020, Orcs Must Die, and even brilliant indie game Celeste. So with this, we are looking at bigger and better titles coming to Pro, and in the future I suspect that even Stadia first party titles will be coming to the subscription. Alongside Stadia Pro, now Stadia has launched their free tier. This means that anyone can go onto the service as long as you've got a Gmail account, and you can play any game up to 1080p. All you have to do is buy the game and click to play. So with this, it means that people can try out the service, because there are a couple of games that are now free to Stadia and do not require you to buy them whatsoever, no subscription needed either. So these range from Destiny 2 to Super Bomberman Online R. So for people, a big off-putting factor is the latency. Along with that is if their internet connection is viable enough to actually play on a cloud gaming platform. With Google, they suggest a 10 megabytes per second connection for a 720p image. Currently, at the moment, I play on a 30 megabytes per second connection, and that is shared between 5 people in the household. By any means, I'm not hitting 4K quality, and I definitely don't need it as I only play on a 1080p monitor. However, the 1080p selection for me is perfectly fine, and I still keep the Pro subscription because I like having those free games each month. What I would suggest to anyone who may be interested in the service is, before you go out there and buy the Premier Edition to get the controller of the Chromecast, is if you have a mobile phone or tablet or a PC, it's worth downloading the Stadia app or going on to stadia.google.com and trying out the free trial. Try the game like Destiny 2 or Super Bomberman R Online. All you need to do is sign in with that account. You don't spend any money whatsoever. You don't even need to put in your card details, and you can be trying these games absolutely free to see if your connection can handle it. What I wanted to show you today was a few games that I've played on Stadia. So I've been with the platform since April of 2020. So I wanted to show you a couple of games that I have been playing lately, and these go from Destiny 2, the original Doom, and along with that we also looked at a couple of indie games on the platform such as Lost Words Beyond the Page and also Cake Bash. So these are a select few titles which I've had on the system and I've had to give a go, and I have to say, if you look at the quality of them, I experienced no drop frames. Just to give you a bit of insight, I am not on an Ethernet connection. I am actually on a wireless connection using a 5 GHz adapter from my PC. So with this 5 GHz wireless connection, as you can see, I'm receiving no drop in quality whatsoever. So as you can tell, even with a wireless connection, is a lot better than a lot of people have made it out to be. So I wanted to move on to features. When Stadia first launched, it was very bare bones. The features they promised, such as crowd choice and crowd play, were not implemented into the system at all. However, now what we have been seeing is that features have been rolling up thick and fast, especially before the end of the year. So we now have things like crowd choice and crowd play, especially introduced to games such as Outcasters and another popular franchise such as Dead by Daylight. As time goes on, these features will be implemented, and we're seeing state share specifically being launched with Hitman 3 early this year. We've also had things like messaging rollouts, which you may look at the base consoles and realise how Stadia even launched without a messaging system. However, now we're seeing that implemented. It is very bare bones on the Chromecast section, however it is functioning, and I expect this to roll out on time. And furthermore with that, in the future we will be having Google TV support, and we've had news as of today that LG will be supporting Google Stadia and also GeForce Now early this year. So what does the future look like for Google Stadia? Well, as of last year, there was an interview made with Jack Bowser, one of the heads of Google Stadia, and what he said is that there's over 400 games in production over the next few years for Google Stadia. This means we can certainly look forward to many more games, AAA and indie, coming to the platform. Stadia is definitely a good place to be right now, and it's worth keeping an eye on, especially as we move further into 2021. So for me, Google Stadia definitely looks like it's coming out of that beta period that the last year felt like, launching more games, having more aspirations of what it wants to do in the future, and rolling out a lot of features which should have been there in the first place. Moving forward, it does look positive for Stadia, however Google need to continue support with this product. Cloud gaming is certainly the future of entertainment, and it's the way that the gaming industry is shifting. What we've got to remember on the lowdown is Google Stadia is only just a year old. Other platforms such as Xbox, PlayStation and even Steam have been around for years and years, and have had a wealth of knowledge about the industry already. Stadia have brought in big names in the industry to help them work on games, and I expect we'll be able to see these first party titles flourish soon. In an overall conclusion, Stadia is a great place to be at the moment. It's definitely worth keeping your eye on, and I implore you to try the service if you have not already. If you did like this video, please feel free to subscribe, click the like button and ring the notification bell. I will be doing videos like this twice every week, bringing you more content Stadia and other cloud gaming related platforms. My name's been Fletcher, also known as Studio Student. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.